This is Kirk Sinclair, the hiking humanitarian, sharing with you the lessons of Norris Square, a Puerto Rican community near Philadelphia. At one time, Norris Square was riddled with crime and drugs, and they couldn't get anyone to do anything about it. The city police weren't that interested in Norris Square because it was a Puerto Rican ethnic community. So if they were going to get anything done, they would have to do it themselves. And they came up with really a brilliant solution. What they did was they gathered, concerned members of the community gathered in mass around where the drug dealing was going on. Now there's two important things about this. They didn't confront the drug dealers, that would have been kind of dumb. Nor did they send one person at a time to hang around where the drug dealing was. That would have been kind of dumb as well. But together, as a group, as a community of concerned citizens, hanging around where the drug dealers were, that made the drug dealers feel uncomfortable. So they, in turn, would go somewhere else to deal drugs. And if it was still in the Norris Square area, the community members would follow along with them until eventually they would move outside of the neighborhood. Now that was phase one, and that was pretty significant as by itself. But then in phase two, what they did was plant in a neighborhood that once was riddled with crime and drugs. There were plenty of abandoned lots. So what they did was started planting community gardens where these abandoned lots were. And they also painted beautiful murals that celebrated their ethnic heritage, their Puerto Rican history that was facing these lots. And so through beautifying the neighborhood, it came to be a very vibrant neighborhood, a safe neighborhood, a neighborhood that drew people to it to see what was going on, such as my wife and I, as part of a church mission trip to Philadelphia. We dropped in on this neighborhood to see what was up. So there's two very important lessons to learn about this that relate to community. One is that anything can be done. And once again, they weren't just tweaking something that was a little bit of a problem here. They were really rehauling, revitalizing their whole community with a very severe problem of ridding it of crime and drugs. So anything is possible. One lesson from Norris Square. The other is no excuses. These days, a lot of times people will go, what can you do about community? I mean, we're becoming a more urbanized nation, so there's not much that can be done. Well, Norris Square is an urban neighborhood, so community can thrive in an urban neighborhood just as well as in a rural area. And also, people often bring up the fact that this is the information age. And what can you do in the information age when people have their heads buried in computers and television and other kinds of electronics, what have you? Well, this Norris Square revitalization happened fairly recently. It happened within the time period of the information age. So once again, there's no excuses. What really is needed is just for people to belong to each other first and foremost before they belong to other things that distract them from helping each other in the spirit of community. So this is Kirk Sinclair, the hiking humanitarian.